Rise and shine out here on this wonderful Wednesday. It is such a joy to be here. I know we got a few stragglers that's going to be joining us, but we're going to actually be out of here a few minutes earlier than 10 this morning. So we're going to keep it really short and sweet, simply because they have water problems throughout the building, so they're going to move kids in here. And so I said, yeah, I knew we would be a small crowd this morning. Always, somebody say always. Always gonna eat good, you better know that, you know. But what we'll do, a bit different this morning, we're gonna go ahead and get breakfast, and then we'll do our introductions while we're eating and chat. Our last meeting, we were able to have the square, because I like when we're smaller, we're just closer. And so I hate out when I saw the rounds, I was like, dang, I wish I could have got to them to get our squares. But we are definitely going to jump in with prayer, and we'll get our breakfast fixed and then come back for introductions. Get your announcements ready. What do you have coming up? What is it that we can do for you coming up? You know, we're in our second quarter of the year already. Like, when you really think about it, we're about to be halfway through this year. And so time is not waiting on anyone. So any announcements that you may have, get those out, because that's some of the things that I really want us to focus on this year. And we'll talk a little bit more about some upcoming things and what we got going. Okay? Doc, will you open us in prayer?
Sure. Let us pray.
So restrooms are right here, of course, if you don't know them here, and there's some right out this door and to the left. Ladies, please help yourselves. The gentlemen fall in line. Hopefully we'll be back to our seats at least by 9, so we can go ahead and jump in. As you are enjoying your breakfast, don't hurt yourself on the grits, mama's grits. So, you know, so grateful for that woman, that's for sure. Especially, you know, to still have your mom, you know. And my condolences for those that don't. I know we just had a loss in our, you know, a loss in my family. My 32-year-old nephew passed. But, you know, you really realize that life just is like, you know, the word says it's only a vapor. It's here today and it's gone tomorrow, you know. And so I've come to really learn that I didn't do, that I'm gonna make sure we pause real fast to do it. Don't choke yourself if you got a mouthful, but just stop and breathe for a minute. You know, I always say, let's just get you 1 or 2 in. I've really come to learn to appreciate when I can just stop and breathe. So, welcome again to the Circle of Caring, you all. This has been such a ride. For the last 4 years, we've been on this journey of Circle of Caring, and one thing I know that I have always respected is that busy people understand busy people, you know. And what I've appreciated about the Circle of Caring is, you know, you can come when you can come, and when you can't, it's okay. We're gonna send you the information, you know, and plug you where we can, when we can, and we hope that you do the same for us, because we like to come to y'all stuff too, right? And so what I want us to do is go around and introduce ourselves, the organization that we represent. Tell us a little bit about your organization. This is, of course, what we use as our elevator pitch, or we like to keep it, one of my mentors say, why would I be pitching my business in the elevator? I'm like, you know, that's just what they call it, you know. But, you know, so we keep it short and sweet, but your name, the organization you represent, and what it is that y'all do. And I want to know, as your personal question, do you have any big travel plans this summer or this year? Doesn't even have to be within the summer, but it could be, I'm going to Spain in November, like whatever. What is your vacation this year, if any? Okay? And we'll start with you, Christina.
Just
I'm going to get something to drink while y'all are.
So, Skycore LLC is my company, my organization. I'm a general contractor. I build and remodel here in Shreveport by way of Seattle. Christina Velasco, in case you didn't catch it. My travel plans this year, well, it's already given. I'm going to New York on the 26th, 27th. I got to go do a bar up there. So it's like a vacation versus work pleasure and fun, but work related. So I'm gonna be doing that in about 2 weeks. And really hoping to get my passport and get out of here and go to Mexico because it's crazy here. That's it.
Yes.
It's crazy all around the world.
Yes.
My name is Trina Washington. I'm with Behavior Health Group. We do substance abuse counseling. I think they do methadone, Suboxone. My travel plans for this, August would be to try to go to Jamaica on a cruise, not flying, but
Yeah.
and that's it.
Planes are sketchy.
Yes.
Well, I'm just loving it. Good morning, everyone. I am Deborah Speed. Nina threw it out here, so that's a travel agent. I'm a travel agent,
Yes.
and we own our own travel agency. So we're super excited. Today I am a mental health contractor for Metropolitan Circles. So Metropolitan Circles has been around for a long time. They have 2 sides of their programs. They do the direct services through the waiver program. They also have a diversion program where they do the anger management, parenting. And on the other side, they have the behavioral health where they do counseling and bed management. For me, I also own Speedy Travel, so if any of y'all need some traveling services, y'all can reach out to me or Nina, and we will be happy to help you. And my travel plans is I am cruising into my 60th birthday. That is my milestone in May. So we're going to Belize, Casamaya, and Casamania. So I'm excited, and I got a lot of travel plans for the summer.
Yes, I love it.
Thank you.
How many days? 7?
This one is 6.
Yes. Oh. Fun. Mr. Jeff?
All right, I'm with the Department of Labor, and I help veterans find employment. That's my and we look for resources to help veterans, because along with lack of employment comes just a multitude of other issues. So that's why we're here, and we do outreach trying to find resources to help these veterans. And my travel plans, I don't know if I'll do it this year or next year or sometime, probably after I retire sometime. But I want to find out, because my wife is a big Law and Order SVU fan. Before that show goes off the air, I want to get to New York during the time that they're actually filming the show.
Yeah.
2 things. I want her to actually be there and watch a scene. And if we get lucky enough to be an extra, just walking on the sidewalk or something while they're filming, and we are forever immortalized in film, that would be okay too. But basically, I thought about it, and I'd like for her to just, whenever they're filming, just find the time to be there.
I love that. I love that. Absolutely. Thanks for sharing, Mr. Jeff. Wade?
Good morning. My name is Wade Shimwell, and I'm with Community Renewal International, and I work with Haven House. I'm a We Care neighbor, and our primary thing is to make friends on the street we live on. But after you've been there a while, you find out that that's real limited. Everybody you meet on this planet is our neighbor. And fourth, what I've got planned for vacation is a bunch of doctor visits.
That'll make sense.
That'll keep you busy in itself.
That'll keep me busy.
Man.
He just came back from Houston. He just came off his vacation.
Right.
That was a real nice vacation.
5-star vacation.
Yes.
Red carpet vacation.
Of course. I wouldn't expect nothing else for Wade.
Kelly's birthday.
Go ahead, Mr. Robert.
Hello, I'm Robert Odom. I work for Community Renewal. At Community Renewal, we have 3 missions. One is Haven House, which Wade was just talking about. It's a Black Leader program. Friendship House, and they take care of the kids. And also a renewal team, which is like the businesses and churches and organizations coming together to make the city stronger. And I guess I want to go to Dallas to get my birth certificate, but I don't really know if I ever will.
Cool, Mr.
We'll
Robert.
make sure you get there, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Mr. D?
David's got the money.
Good morning, everybody. I'm David McCarter, and I'm with Community Renewal. And I'm assuming the question was vacation.
plans, yeah.
And I don't have any plans to go anywhere, but I just got back over spring break. I had the opportunity to go to Costa Rica with all of my family, my parents, my sister and her family,
Awesome.
and my aunt and uncle. And the whole reason we went is my sister lived there for a couple years, and so we went back to the city where she lived, and she got to show us her old stomping grounds. And it didn't hurt that there was a beach and a golf course there also.
That combination, right? Yes.
Awesome.
Doc?
I'm Russell Miner, and I lead the We Care Neighbor program at Community Renewal. Of course, on the side, we have a nonprofit, Sharing Love Together, where I'm busy now buying coats for kids for the fall, because it's the time to buy them. Time to store them. Vacation. We're Gulf Shores vacationers. Destin, Florida, I have some close friends, military friends retired there. You know, we have, I can stay on the base for free. So that's usually where we go, but we all are, my whole family is geared up to go to New York. My oldest niece died of COVID at 51.
Wow.
She had 3 children. She didn't allow them to make B's. Her baby son got all the scholarships and he, from all the Ivy League schools, but he chose Columbia. He's president of his class. He's graduating with a 4-point-something average in May. So as many of us can get on the plane, we're going there in May, and then we're going to bring him back and celebrate. But he's the baby of the bunch. And she died a few days before she went to take him to school 4 years ago.
Wow.
So we will have a seat for her as we go. And
Oh, man.
now she sets the standard for all of us, that we
Yeah.
know what her work was. She said, all the money I've spent on you, David, you know what I'm talking about. You can't bring B's and C's in this house.
I
So,
know that's right.
but the joy of it is all her children did well. And her baby son is marching, and he's accepted for law school. He's going to Columbia Law School. So we're
Great
happy.
accomplishment, absolutely. I knew that she would be. I'll get some for you, baby.
She doesn't even symbol.
Yes, she's so cute. Go ahead, huh?
Sorry.
Miss Miranda.
My speech was long.
That's
No,
okay.
that was good.
I'm Tree Green with the L Foundation. I'm the Shallow Subsidy Program Coordinator, where we assist veterans with housing. Plans for a vacation. I actually haven't had a vacation in years, so we'll see if it can happen this year.
Oh, we gotta make that happen then.
We'll try again this year. We'll try again.
Thanks for sharing, and good to see you.
Okay, I'm Monique Love. I'm with L Foundation as well. I'm the case manager coordinator. I actually took a big vacation last year. I went to Italy for
Oh, wow.
9 days. This year, I don't have any travel plans because I just bought a house 2 months ago, so my money is tied up.
Say that's the vacation
So
right
that
there.
was my vacation.
Staycation.
Right.
But the Lord presents, something, of course,
Yeah.
as of right now, I'm just focused on getting my house the way I want my house to be. This is my first home, so.
Very nice,
I
congratulations.
love it. I know it. Congrats.
So we went to Rome for 3 days, we did Venice for 3 days, and then we ended up going to Paris for 4 days.
Oh, yes, now that's a vacation.
That's not bad.
That's a real vacation.
Yes, it
Here we
is.
go,
Real
that's
long.
the president's in Italy now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Matter of fact, his dad,
At the time, I was traveling,
dad's
so
our
I got
leader.
paid for my
His
vacation.
You already know it.
Second assistant is from Italy.
I love that. Even just listening to Was It Beautiful? I haven't been yet.
Rome is great. Venice, you can keep Venice, I ain't got it.
Okay,
Getting on the
okay.
boat to go everywhere was over, and in the waiting, we have to figure out which boat to get on, get off one boat.
Yes.
And then we go Venice,
Okay.
Rome. Oh, we went to Milan for 2 days too. In Milan, I will go back to
Milan is
those
lovely
two.
too.
But Venice,
Okay.
Singapore's.
Wow, I guess I didn't realize that they only travel boat.
In Venice, it's either
no
walking
streets,
or
no
boat.
cars.
Are you
That's it.
serious?
It's
The
either
I
water's
didn't
not
know
that
that.
clean either.
The
It's
water's
all
not, the boat
I
water.
got lost for about 8 hours
The
all
boats
up
are
in there, and I
buses.
And
couldn't
then when
find
you
my
buy
way
a
out.
ticket to get on the boat, you have to validate. Even though you're buying the ticket,
Right.
you still have to put in this machine to validate it.
Yeah.
Or if you go on the boat with the ticket, because they don't ever rescan it, and they happen to come by and scan it, and you didn't put it in the
Pay a
machine,
fine.
it's a $50 fine.
It's a bit
What?
about-
Even though clearly I bought a ticket, but
they
you
just
still
get
have to
money.
validate the ticket.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, good to know. Like, I just hadn't been. So some places, as a single person, I'm like, I don't want to go yet. I'm not going to Italy with the girls. Okay.
Right.
So you know, I haven't been yet. But okay, good to
Rome,
know.
leave Venice off of here.
Yes.
Rome, and Venice can stay off of this.
Okay, I love that. Just listen to the travel plans. Speaking of travel, we got someone visiting here. Introduce yourself, organization you represent, and what you do, as well as upcoming travel plans, although you're currently on vacation.
Actually, I went to Italy last year too, so the only thing good about Venice is they have two islands that are close by
Yes.
called Moreno and Moreno.
Yes.
And they
The
have,
houses are so pretty.
Yeah.
Different color houses.
and they have a lot of good Black history too. So if you go there and walk there, it's really nice. But yes, I agree with Venice.
Yes.
But I'm Kendra Montgomery. I'm from Washington State, and I am a part of the NAACP Snohomish County chapter. I do community work in Pierce, King, and Snohomish County. I own two other businesses, one podcast studio, and the other one is helping sustain
Awesome.
Black-owned businesses. And then my main business is Pitch Black Entertainment and Events, where we organize events for the community, and then I take that profit and I go and give to the Black and Brown community and create education for free. And yeah, I'm a mother of 4.
Wow.
So I'm on vacation visiting Christina and other friends. And actually, I have a trip to Brazil this year.
Very nice.
Yeah, and a cruise to Jamaica.
Wow.
Yes,
Join
yes.
your business.
Right? I love that. I love that. And again, I love talking travel because it just takes you away. And if I can encourage us in anything, one of the things that was really clear to us in establishing the Circle of Caring was to come to the table with businesses, churches, and organizations to get to know each other, to get to know what we do, how we can help one another, but to make sure that we're caring. That's why it's called the Circle of Caring. That we're caring for each other, even if that caring for each other says, get on a vacation this year if you gotta go with me. Because it's imperative for what we do. I like to say that when they rolled out the Affordable Care Act, some people call it the Obamacare. When they rolled out the Obamacare, one of the requirements from the insurance side, baby girl, will you close that door for me, please? Thank you, sugar. One of the things that was a requirement was that we had to have health care. That was a requirement, or you got fined. And so to this day, it is even when you go and file your taxes, even though we don't hear much about Affordable Care Act now, when you go to file your taxes, they're still asking you for that health form, right? And so I say that to say, I think that caring for ourselves and vacationing should be a requirement. Because with the work that we do and the people that we serve, it's important and imperative. Or shall I say, it is imperative and important that we care for ourselves.
Mental health.
Is imperative today. Okay? So thank you, sweetie. So that is something that I want to stress more than anything. Now, upcoming announcements. Well, before we go into announcements, I want some announcements. What do we have coming up? Anybody have anything coming up in your respective areas? Go ahead, Mr. Joe.
Yeah, we have some job fairs coming up in the area from Minden even all the way to Shreveport. And if you want to keep up with them, just go to laworks.net, and on their homepage, you'll be able to see the information for whatever job fair is there. So if you have people in your organization, people around that are needing employment, the thing is there are people that actually the people that take advantage of the job fairs
They're walking away with jobs.
can walk away with a job that day, because the people, 90, not everybody, but 90% of the people that are attending, that's paying to have a table at these job fairs, and they are paying for it, they have jobs they're desperately trying to fill right then, right there.
Yeah,
Show up with a resume and you could walk away with a job.
yeah, that's good. So what's the website again, Mr. Joe?
It's laworks.net.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead, Christine.
This summer, I haven't implemented, I haven't sent it out yet, but I will be doing summer camps for youth, 16 to 18-year-olds, preferably for mature 14 and 15-year-olds. A construction summer camp to learn about construction, starting with Construction 101, and the second half of summer, specific trades, whether somebody wants to continue into framing, finish carpentry, or tile works. I'll have different programmings for that for continued education, but I will be doing summer camp this year.
Awesome.
Right?
So on for anybody else have anything? What's the L Foundation have coming up? What y'all working on?
Nothing really.
We
We're
just
hiring.
switched, yeah, we are.
Okay.
We just switched back to our old building, so we're still in the process of restaffing, regrouping, so
Okay.
nothing as of right now.
What positions are y'all open for right now?
I know we still have a compliance officer position, bookkeeper, and there was one more.
Okay. Okay, cool. Good to know.
What are you advertising?
For all three of those positions, but it's not on our site, we do it on LinkedIn.
Okay.
Okay, LinkedIn,
Yeah,
okay.
we do it on LinkedIn.
Indeed, okay.
Yes, do you know somebody that knows somebody that knows
Right,
somebody?
I do know some folks, so
That's
yeah,
me.
and
Degrees
yeah,
are preferable, but if they don't have a degree and they have the experience, so.
okay,
Okay.
perfect. I know, anybody else? I know we're community renewal. I know for community renewal, we have this Saturday, we'll be down at the East Bank for a 5K with the East, I think it's the East Mafia.
East Bank Mafia.
East Bank Mafia businesses, so that's gonna be jumping down under, right by Bojack's, all of that. So it's gonna be a 5K, it's gonna be, starts at 8, and, I know you can just come even if you're not running, it's gonna be a great, I think the weather's gonna be beautiful.
Oh, good.
So, it's going to be really nice to go down there. I have a class that morning, but I'll be there, on the back side of it toward the end. But then I know that afternoon, we're going to be doing like a croquet thing. That's just gonna be fun, faces in the place up, by Rhino out off by Providence. So that's just gonna be, you know, not necessarily a full game, and it's more so for the Providence community. But if you're interested in playing croquet, our big annual classic is going to be on the 26th. Have anybody ever played croquet? Right? Let me tell y'all, I have only played once. It was, and I love games. Y'all, this experience, even if you don't like games, it was the best. So I want to go Saturday. So at least if you're interested in playing, because it's a 2-man team, and the proceeds go to benefit our Adult Renewal Academy, which is where they give proceeds to individuals that's coming to get their high-set education, you know. So it's an annual fundraiser, but that is held out at LSU Fields. Now, let me just say something also about croquet. It's a Saturday event. It's a morning. It's an all white, so you out there cute and you're all white. But even if you don't play, there's a spectator's ticket, and the spectator's ticket may be $20. Don't quote me, but you get lunch. You get all of the bells and the whistles. You get to be out there in your white and cute. You get to network. Somebody say network. Because that's the name of the game, right? You get to be out there networking, but you are able to at least see the sport and all of that. So that's going to be in a couple of weeks on Saturday the 26th. So you will see another flyer come out on that. It's not too late to register for that. I know they have a meeting today, so I do believe we still have fields and space available. But I am going to encourage you to, if you want to play, to get that in as soon as, okay? Also, I know we are looking to make some adjustments this year with the Circle of Caring. Like I said, we've been at this for 4 years, and it has been an amazing ride. I've enjoyed it. The people that has come through here has been absolutely amazing. Hey there, has been absolutely amazing. But we know, like I mentioned, busy people understand busy people, and you just can't be at everything all the time. We've played with the ideal of offering some virtual options, which is not the same because, you want to eat together, it'll save us money-wise, but, you want to be able to eat together. It's nothing like really breaking bread. So what we are looking to do is at least scale down to 1 meeting a month, okay? Breakfast is a bit of a tricky thing because some people, if you got doctor's appointments, you're doing it in the morning. If you have morning meetings, but everybody has to take a lunch, right? So we're looking at gearing toward lunch, but just from this room here, how many of you all would prefer breakfast if we had to go to 1 meeting a month? Okay, my sentiments exactly, lunch would probably be the better version. The other thing, hey, Miss Dukes, how are you? Good. I'll let you get in and settle in, but introduce yourself, your name, the organization that you represent. Come up close, you can't sit back here by yourself. The name that the organization that you represent, and if you have any vacation coming up this year, okay? But I do want to, when we looked at this year too, like we knew we were going to do breakfast, we knew we were going to do lunch, but I also thought that just from our surveys, different people suggested that we did an evening mixer as well. So we are looking to keep our 1 per quarter evening mixer, okay? So we'll scale down to 1 meeting a month, lunch after. So this technically would be our last breakfast. And then we'll go to lunch from here. So if you go on this is what I want to encourage y'all too. When you go on, and if you click on reserve meeting, how you go in and reserve, there's a drop down that will show you all of our upcoming meetings. You won't see the breakfast on there no more, but you will see the lunches. Go ahead and reserve. I'm the type that if I got it on my calendar, that's a done deal, But if I gotta just like, dang, Trina said, but go in and just schedule, that way you kind of have them. And then, like I said, we are gonna be looking to do our evening mixers per quarter, okay? So, Ms. Dukes, your name, your organization, and what is any vacation you got coming up this year?
Vacation?
What's that?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Vacation.
Right.
My name is Shantae Dukes. I'm the trauma informed specialist for Caddo Parish Schools. Please excuse my tardiness. We have gotten into the leap season, so we've been doing some monitoring and things like that. Yeah, so that's where I was this morning. But vacations, none. Just gearing up for a very busy summer, lots of summer PDs, really trying to help the schools provide a very welcoming and positive climate and culture. And so that involves doing a lot of trainings on trauma, how it's impacting the kiddos, how it's impacting the teachers, and just everyone. So really trying to create the school communities to be spaces that people can thrive in and not solely survive in. And so we'll really be working very diligently on doing those things this summer, working with leadership, working with community members, working with the teachers and everyone.
I love that. I love that. You
Get
know,
you a week off, so.
I know, right? And she will. So she got to go. You know, she got to roll. Okay. And I love that because when we think about community as a whole, you know, we've all been 5 and 15 and 17, let alone 21. We've all been these ages, and we were talking about youth earlier, and just the importance of when we get to this space and place in our lives, especially wearing the hats that we wear. You know, I'm in school right now and I'm getting my master's in social work, and although I've been in the field and in the profession for years, now on the book side of it, you're like, dang, that's what go through the young adult's mind. Like, you know, you're looking at the book sense to it. But when I thought about how it all plays a part, it all grows up into and develop a community. But if we can't grab them where they are and the work that y'all get to do, it really does grow into a big community mess. When I was in the schools and I get to hear the experiences that the kids go through, but it's only 8 o'clock in the morning and the teacher coming in like that, you notice he just done had some experiences before they got to school. And so it really does become a big thing. So I love the work that Caddo Parish is doing and the work that they're putting in for the trauma-informed to let them know, like, hey, this is really big, and if we don't grab it somewhere, it'll be, you know, like I said, it'll spill over into the businesses, the churches, and the organizations. So that's a big, big deal. Do y'all have anything coming up? Like, I know we talked about upcoming things, maybe activities, announcements that y'all may have.
No, not necessarily. There will be some trainings that we can open up to people that are interested even outside of the school systems. Okay. If you're just interested in learning how adverse experiences are impacting just our communities as a whole, whether it be physically, whether it be mentally, emotionally, excuse me, it's showing up in various ways. Pardon me. The last training that I was at, we were training some principals, and a lot of them are saying, you know, I didn't realize that I would be managing tons of people or tons of personalities and things like that. You know, so we get leadership positions, but we may not always have the foundational skills, you know, whether it be moral or ethical foundations that we need to really be servant leaders, to really be prepared for the positions. We have the experiences, we have the schooling and different things like that, but when we sit in those seats, it's very, very different oftentimes. And so learning how to manage different behavioral styles and things like that, we're getting that deep. It has to go that deep.
Sure. It's
not surface anymore.
Yeah.
You know, and we can't just say to the teachers, be nice to the kids, love on the kids, hug the kids, say hi to everybody, learn everybody's name. Because there are so many things, like Nina just said, that they are dealing with themselves. Yeah. So self-care is super duper important. Having the emotional intelligence, you know, and having the skills and the strategies needed to regulate or just be able to adapt myself, and then be able to lend that to someone else. You know, so it's good.
And
it's
that's
good.
just not in the school system. That's across the board.
Exactly.
We all need to learn
Exactly.
that in
That
whatever
is so
role
correct.
that we're
That
doing.
is so correct. And I have a side business, True Impact Collective, where I do leadership development and personal growth. And those are some of the foundational things that we talk about. You know, it's not just the school. Schools are communities. Right. Your workplace is a community. Your church is a community. Right. There are so many micro communities, you know, that are really suffering. Right. You know, they are really suffering, and a lot of them are suffering in silo. Yeah. So we don't want that anymore. So we really have to be vocal about what's happening. People just are not happy. They are not healthy. And a lot of the places that they go are not safe spaces for them. Yeah. You know, and that's just, I want to be safe to be able to speak my mind, to be able to, you know, share whatever it is I'm feeling or whatever insight I might have, and not be forced with retaliation or anything like that, but really have a trusting, safe space in which to thrive. And so that's what we're working hard on.
I love that.
Well, that's a great lead that you do in the school system. You're really kind of out front with that. But I deal with parents, I deal with adults on the block, and we see so much. Those classes that you have, you say you may have spaces. Will you advertise, and we have to call you and
I'll
say?
give you my card as well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you list them somewhere? I know you're having them all during the summer.
Yeah, right now they'll be in a thing we call kick up, but for the ones that we'll offer to community, then we'll be able to share that information.
Awesome.
I love that.
We need it.
Yeah, big time.
Unfortunately, a lot of folks don't think they do.
That's
Right.
That's right.
And that's because we spend so much time investing in everything and everybody but ourselves. We won't go, and I say we, as my pastor would say, with the man with the mic, right? You know, we have to put the work in to go into the personal development, self-care, you know, making sure that we have what we need so that we can go out there and give what we got, right? And that leads me into my final statement. I'm really excited, well, two final statements, because I do want to make sure that I really drive home to y'all, because y'all are the regulars, you know, people that has been here for quite some time. And I'm setting up, I got a couple of meetings scheduled with a couple of y'all coming up, but some of the ones that has been here with us for a certain amount of time and has been here consistently, I'm really coming to the table with you all because I want to, remind us of our mission, right? Of why we're here. Yeah, we're here to network, that's first. We're here to get to know each other for sure. But we're really here to collaborate. What can we really do together? You know, when I think about the camp, ain't no way Christina's doing that camp and not being a part of the Creators Camp. Like, what is it that we can do collectively in our own right? Now, I am a firm, somebody say firm. I'm a firm believer in working smarter versus harder. I'm not interested in doing what you can do when I know that's your gift to do that. Right. Why would I do that? Now, I can do it. Trust me, I know I can do it. I'm telling y'all, this little 5-foot chick, I can do every and anything that I want to do. I drove a city bus in Detroit at like 10. I mean, like, I know that for a fact. You can ask my kids, I can do anything I want to do. So there's not much I can't do. But the older I get, boy, that list gets smaller and smaller. I won't do it. Because why would I do what you can do? I'm very comfortable in what I'm good at, and I'm more comfortable in what I'm not good at. Can I do it? Yeah. But if that's not my skill set, if that's not my gift, I'd rather leave it up to you who it is. So that's why these rooms and these tables are imperative. So the last thing that I want to lead into that is I'm so excited, y'all. We have a big meeting today with Shreveport Citizens United. I know if you haven't heard about them, they are making some big headwaves around the city, bringing the communities together. They have these big rallies that they're producing. They've been around now for a couple of years, but just a very solid group of leaders that are in the community that came out of their pockets and said, hey, we want to make a difference, okay? So Shreveport Citizens United has really been locked in with the businesses, okay? And at this table, you have Interfaith. And if you've heard anything about Interfaith, Interfaith is an organization that has come, and they've been here for a while, but, you know, as they change hands, the new facilitator has came in and just put boots on the ground. Nathaniel is his name, and they have the churches sold up. And then, of course, you have us, Circle of Caring, which we've always targeted business, churches, and organizations, but our gift has been the organizations. So when you think about SCU for businesses, Interfaith for churches, and then Circle of Caring for organizations, it makes sense to come to a table. And so I'm really excited about what that looks like and how we can look to team. It doesn't necessarily exnate what we're doing by far, because we're going to keep rolling. But what I am interested in is collaboration. And what can we effectively do, as I mentioned, to where we can triple size this room. And not just, again, the networking is fun, but when we're done networking, like, what did you really get from these peers in this room? Shantae talked about our leadership group, True Impact, Jeffrey talked about his job fair. Like, these are, and it's nothing like needing something and being able to say, now, Mr. Jeff, where's the job fair at, or L Foundation. I know a couple of people, that is looking for some administration work, but it makes the difference when you have a relationship with the person versus just saying, go to this job fair or go and see my girls over at L Foundation. So that's why these rooms are important. So, like I said, I know I have a couple of meetings scheduled with you all coming up. Like Mr. Jeff, I want to get on your schedule because I want to get closer in knowing not only what you're doing, but like I said, how can we really help and support each other? Because it doesn't make sense for us to go into our 5th year and we're just still at the tables. Now, the table is good, and especially going to eat good at the table. But we want to make sure that we're really gleaning from why we're in these rooms at the table eating good, okay? Any last minute thoughts or questions, comments? Go ahead, Kendra. Yes.
Since I'm not actually stationed here in Shreveport, I do have a lot of leeway here in Shreveport and other places as well. So when you speak collaboration, I'm open to that. So even if it's just sending an email to or following on social media, tagging, using my following to help whatever it is you guys are each doing in your foundations, organizations, that I would love to help be a part of. I'm kind of the Nina back here.
Nice.
So if you want to look at me that way, but I'm all over the map, and I want to be able to help in ways in the communities, whether I'm visiting or staying long term. But if any of you guys want to use any of the platforms on social media, or even get my email from Nina to be able to support in what she does and what you guys are all doing, I would love to do too.
What city are you based in?
I'm in Seattle, Washington.
Seattle. Okay. So, do you do anything with Citizens University?
I do.
Okay. We have a good relationship with them up there also.
Okay.
And some good friends and good collaborations.
Yes, relationship building is major, and we do a lot of self and business development
Nice.
as well. So yes.
Okay.
I forgot that they were housed out of
And
Seattle.
they've been here several times.
Yeah.
We've gone deeper with them. We've sent people there. So we just definitely need to talk to you more.
Absolutely. I forgot that they were housed out of Seattle. Yeah.
Seattle is one of my favorite cities.
And I haven't been up there. They say it's so beautiful. I haven't been up
I've never
It's
there.
beautiful in the summer.
Because it rains. They say it rains
When
in
it's not
summer.
raining, but
Yeah.
then it's cold and hot
Yeah.
and dark for most of the
We
year.
have to have a different type of appreciation for it.
Absolutely.
It's green.
But that is why I travel a lot.
Right.
Washington
That part.
State is one of them weird states
Uh-huh.
that it's almost like a tropical forest on one side,
Uh-huh.
across the mountains, and you got a desert.
I have
So
And
you
then
can
another
enjoy-
forest on the other side. It's like forest, desert, forest. It's like one of
Sounds
those
like New
three
Mexico.
things.
I have not been on that side of the world
The
yet.
sand
You are
dunes.
welcome.
and
I can't wait
everything.
now, Kendra. You already know it.
Anytime, yes.
I love it. Well, y'all, thank y'all so much for coming this morning. They have, like I said, I knew we were going to cut out just a few minutes early because they have water problems next door, so they're going to bring the kiddos in here. I told them we would just make it short and sweet. You all, please, like I said, look forward to upcoming announcements. Please get them in to us. And that's what I was going to say in closing, that I was talking about our purpose. Y'all, this app, the app. Somebody say app.
App.
Say app.
App.
Y'all, this app, you'll really hear more. We're working out some kinks. But I'm so grateful for Mr. David, because we were talking about, just always, I love just, processing through where you're going and, what you're doing and how you get there. And we established this app. And the whole purpose of the app was a community calendar, because I got so tired of everything on one day and tomorrow it ain't nothing. Like, I just, and even now building a relationship with the Shreveport Bossier Tourism, that they got like the Shreveport Bossier Fun Guide, like we gotta integrate the community calendar in there some way. So I'm working on that type of stuff. But the app was in place for this calendar purpose, but also to be able to say, oh, you need a job? Let me go in and see in Circle of Caring who has jobs. And so the app is something that I really want to spend the rest of this year, because we're done meeting in October for our last official meeting, and then we'll do some stuff like something for November. We'll probably do a service project, and then December we always support Heroes of the Heart, the annual Christmas Shreveport Festival. So, but for the remainder of this year, we're going to be pushing this app to make sure that we're not only in there, but that we're really utilizing it for why we even put it in place. And I kept saying, y'all, like, this is the first app, because it's a Facebook kind of thing, but it is the first. I kept saying we're the first in the state to have this, and I lied. I didn't realize that we were actually the first in the nation for this company to have built this type of app for. And so what I don't want to do is take it for granted that we've been given this opportunity, and it's going to take the feedback even from y'all on how we build this out further, okay? So you'll be seeing a lot more on the app too, so just FYI. But y'all, thank y'all so much for coming. Get you something else if you want.